Hello everyone. In the previous video, we have discussed about the definition of Indian Constitution and Constitution Assembly and Drafting Committee. In this video, we will discuss about the features of Constitution of India, very important examination point of view. So one by one, we will study here. The first very important feature is written Constitution. When the Constitution was formed, at that time, it consists of 395 articles, which is divided into 12 parts and 12 schedules. Presently, we are having 440 articles, which are divided into 12 parts and 12 schedules. Dear students, our constitution is also called as lengthiest constitution in the world, which means while forming the constitutions, around 60 countries information is collected and studied. In that one, some important concepts were borrowed from the various countries. Like from Russia, we borrowed 5-year plans, and from France, independence, equality and brotherhood concepts we borrowed, and very important about the fundamental rights we took from the United States of American Constitution, and emergency concept was took from the German constitutions. You all know there are 3 different types of the emergencies: financial emergencies, state emergency and national emergency. Upper house and election procedure was took from the South African constitution, and from the Ireland constitution we took the president elections and directive principles. And finally, the central strong federations. As you all know, the central government is more stronger than state government, so that concept was took by the Canada constitution. Second very important feature is our constitution is partially rigid and partially flexible. What is meant by partial flexible and partial rigid means? So United States of America having a rigid constitution, and Britain constitution is having the flexible constitution. Rigid constitution means what here? For the constitution, the modification is not possible. We cannot do any type of the modifications in the constitution. That type of the constitution called the rigid constitutions. And for the flexible constitutions means with a simple majority also we can do the modification. So which is there in the Britain. But our India, we are having both partially rigid and partially flexible, which means for some amendments there should be the special majority, like 2/3 majority in the parliament, and that has to be signed by 50% of the slate legislative members. And for some amendments, only a simple majority is required in parliament. So that's why once again I would like to tell here rigid constitution and flexible constitution, which is in rigid the amendment procedure is very difficult, and in flexible amendment procedure is very easy. Third very important feature, parliamentary form of government. What is meant by parliamentary form of government means the Constitution of India has given the parliamentary form of government both at center and in states even. In center, the president is the constitutional head of the state, but the real powers were given to the Council of Ministers with the Prime Minister as a head. The Council of the Ministry is collectively responsible for the lower house called Lok Sabha. These members are elected by the people normally for 5 years. The duration is 5 years. In the state, the governor is the constitutional head of the state, but the real powers with the Council of the Ministers, whose head is Chief Minister, as we discussed in the central. These council of members are responsible for the legislative assembly, and these members are directly elected by the people for 5 years. The next very important feature is secular state. In India, all the religions are treated in an equal manner, which is mentioned in the Article 25 to 28 of our Constitution, which guarantees to every person the freedom of the conscience and the right to profess, practice and propagate religion and worship the God according to the own conscience. So that's why it is called also sovereign, socialist, secular and democratic republic country. Next very important feature is single citizenship. Even though the Constitution of India has a dual polity, that is the center and states, it provides a single citizenship for the whole India. That is, every Indian citizen of the India enjoys the same rights of the citizenship in whichever the states he resides. Next very important feature is fundamental rights. Very important, dear students. The first one is right to equality. which is described in the article 14 to 18, and second one is right to freedom, which is mentioned in article 19 to 22. Third one, right against exploitations. Article 23 and 24 will give the information about right against exploitations. Right of the religious freedom, which is the fourth very important fundamental rights. Article 25 and 28 describe about this religious freedom. And fifth one, right to minorities and educational rights. Article number 29 and 30. And finally, sixth fundamental rights we are having, right to constitutional remedies. Next very important feature is fundamental duties. At the beginning, when the Constitution was formed, this concept was not there in the Constitution. Later, in the year 1976, 42nd Amendment Act, the Constitution has introduced a code of fundamental duties for our citizens. These are intended to serve as the constant reminder to the citizens. Very important, dear students, each and every one citizen of India have to follow the duties of our Constitution. So like respecting the national flag and national anthem, okay, noble ideals inspiring our national struggles, we have to respect each and every one. The separate concept is there about these fundamental duties. In that discussions, I will do the complete discussion.